there is some comparison with respect to scalability, performance, data isolation. So these are the factors that you have to check, right? Let's say if you are a company, you have to check whether you want to do NAS or SAN, or there is one more thing called DAS, that is directly attached storage, okay, which is much more closer than NAS. Okay. So when it comes to scalability, what do you mean by scalability? Means how far you can take. Okay, how big. So your company keeps on growing, right? So what do? So you need to set a boundary. Okay, now what if you overcome that boundary? So you have to go further. Right? So how far, how much data you can store. So one unique feature of SAN is that it is scalable. Because now I told you, right? SAN is basically something that it's a service from third party. You may not have a data center. So SAN basically means a data center. Your company don't have a data center, right? So you hire the service or you rent the space of that data center. So data center normally what they will have a lot of space. Okay, they are just letting you some space. So space is not an issue for them. But if you are using NAS, then it may be an issue for us. Okay, so if you are using NAS, then you have your own dedicated server. Let's say you have 500 TB of NAS server. Okay, and if you want to show a real NAS server, let's say.
Sa SQL, mga company, ganun. Yan ang kunakuha.
Okay, so this is a NAS server that you have, your company has, locally. Okay, you are not going for a third party service. So you have a lot of hard disks here. Let's say it's 500 TB hard disk. Now if you want more, what you can do? There is a certain extent you can go. After that you cannot, because your network bandwidth will also be increased. The server cannot manage all those hard disks. Okay, the server's processing power will also be reduced. Okay, so all those factors are there. So you can't go beyond a point in NAS. But in SAN there is no need, because you are not worried about it. You just have to tell these SAN people, these third party people, or the data center people, they simply buy extra racks, they simply buy extra hard disks. Okay? So you don't have to worry about it. So when it comes to scalability, how large you can go, SAN is better. Performance wise, which one do you think? Performance wise, SAN or NAS? Performance means speed. Which one will be faster?
SAN.
It depends, okay? So SAN's performance remains unaffected by local disk or Ethernet traffic. Ethernet means your LAN traffic. Okay, let's say your LAN has a lot of traffic. That doesn't affect SAN, because SAN is in a different network. Okay, but if your ISP's traffic is too much, then SAN will be lower speed. Okay, because you have to go through your ISP. So data transfer to and from SAN is done through SAN's own private network. This network partitioned away from backup traffic, user traffic on the other side. Yeah, it depends upon how it is being set up. Okay, you can run your own private network to SAN, or you can normally go through the ISP. But in normal case, you go through the ISP. Okay, because if you need to have a dedicated connection to your data center, then it will be very costly. Normally go through the ISP. So if you have a fast internet connection, then SAN is better. If you don't, then NAS is better. Data isolation means how you separate data from your computers, right? Now one of the reasons why you choose SAN is security. So your data is all in the hands of a third party, and it's their responsibility to protect it. Like if you put in something in Google Drive, now Google Drive you can say it's a SAN. Now we use free version, right? You can also buy it for money. So it's Google's responsibility to keep your data safe and secure. So it's completely isolated. So data isolation is higher in SAN because it's a different network. Uptime depends upon which company you are picking. So SAN assures 100% storage capacity, and uptime depends upon the network. Okay. So uptime means a SAN system does not require a reboot to replace disk, to configure RAID groups and add new disks. let's say for example, in the whole lot of racks, one hard disk got corrupted. So if you want to change that one hard disk, you don't have to shut down the whole SAN system. Okay, but NAS, since it is a server, okay, maybe you may be running some other services in that server. Because that service may require a restart. When you restart it, then all the other hard disks should give up some time. Okay, so it affects. So uptime is also higher in SAN. It's called something called zoning. Divides users' workload on SAN. Long distance connectivity. So if you are having your own SAN, you can go up to 10 kilometers. Your own SAN. Say you have a branch office, you can create your own SAN. Increased utilization. SAN has increased utilization because these data centers, they, in one hard disk itself, they will not, leave any space. They will try to sell everything. Okay. So if you are thinking you are supposed to be a data center, then you can utilize your space to the fullest extent. Bootable, that depends. What do you mean by bootable? Bootable means right now we are booting from the local hard disk, right? You can boot from the network. So you can boot from a hard disk which is in the SAN, or you can boot from the hard disk which is in the NAS, not from your local computer. So every computer will have a hard disk. You decide not to boot from the local hard disk. You decide to boot from the network. That means some other hard disk in some other server or some other rack. Okay. That is also possible. Centralized management. Now I think SAN and NAS both have this. Disaster recovery. It may be disaster, right? It can be anything. SAN has the ability to provide speedy recovery of its cost. SAN is reliable communications. I don't think so. So if there is a disaster, then SAN and NAS, they are equally bad, isn't it? But I think in case of SAN, since it is just racks of storage, you simply have backups. So even if one whole rack is destroyed, maybe the other rack can take over. But if NAS is destroyed, the server is getting destroyed. So the server cannot control the hard disk, so you lose the control. Okay. So the basic difference is SAN and NAS. In case of NAS, the control and storage are in one place, kept together. In case of NAS, the control and storage, they are different, in different places. Okay. Then you have cloud storage. It's not a different category, okay? They are giving it as a different category, but it is not. Cloud storage can probably be SAN or NAS, it depends. Mostly it is SAN. Okay, mostly it is SAN, but it can also be NAS. See, there are different cloud services. You can see Amazon is giving EC2 service. So cloud means you are storing it on the internet. That's what basically means. Made up of many distributed resources, fault tolerance, highly durable, consistent with regard to data replicas. Advantages: companies can just go for cloud storage, so they can store all your data on the cloud. Companies use it for using actual virtual storage directly with the provisioning and pay only for storage. So you can just pay only for the data that you are using. Okay, so you don't have to go just buy 500 TB or something like that. So whatever you are storing, just pay for that. So they can make a choice between on-premise cloud storage options and off-premise cloud storage options. So cloud means it doesn't always have to be on a third party. You can have your own cloud if you want. Cloud means it has to be on the internet. That's all it means. Okay, it can be controlled by yourself or it can be controlled by third party. But 90% time it's controlled by third party. Okay, like big companies like Google, Facebook, they control the cloud. but you can also have your own server on the internet. Okay, if you want to have your own server on the internet, what do you need? Like you want to set up your own cloud service, or you are going to set up your own data center. What do you need? Forget data center, cloud. Yeah. So what do you need? You can buy a NAS server like this. Okay. You can buy a NAS server like this. Okay. Then what else you need? You will need a public IP address. You need to buy a public IP address from your ISP. Static public IP address. Okay. Right now, whenever you are getting internet, you are getting a public IP address, but that's dynamic. That can be changed. Okay. So the point of getting a static public address is that address will be yours. You will be owner of that address. Okay, public address. So anyone trying. Okay. So let's say, for example, if I say Google, I'll show you what is Google's IP address. If I say ping www.google.com, so you will see an IP address, right? See, this is Google's IP address. This IP address will never change. If this changes, then a lot of people, depending on it, they will not find Google. Okay, so like this, you should also get a public IP address. So that will be pointed to your server. So a lot of people can use your server as your cloud. Okay. In connection, how much bandwidth and all that you have to negotiate with your ISP. How much upload speed.
Everyone has their own IP address.
Now you have two private addresses and public addresses. I'm talking about public addresses. Private addresses are used in the LAN. That's not used. You need public address. We'll study those things later. Alright, so that's what we are seeing. Okay, so you can set your on-premise cloud service using a NAS server. It doesn't have to be a NAS, okay? If you want, you can just buy some server and you can just connect some hard disks. The point of being NAS is you can have a centralized control, you will have your own dashboard and things like that. If one hard disk fail, it will notify you. Okay, it has its own perks. But if you just buy some random server, Dell server or IBM server, and you put a lot of hard disk or you put a rack, then it will be difficult to control, difficult to monitor and maintain. That's why you go for NAS server. Now, if you want to set up a simple cloud, let's say you can take your computer, this computer, and you can just put some 2 or 3 hard disks. Okay, you can make this as a public server. If it depends. Now, normally you don't do it because normally you have a high request response cycles. Okay. So our normal computers are not capable for that. Right. So you will have the responsibility to back up data, and if in some case there is some data loss or something, then you will be responsible for restoring it. So you should go for some backup mechanisms also. And there is a whole lot other concept called virtualization, okay, that we haven't seen yet. You can also employ virtual machines. Virtual machines. You know what is virtual machine? Alright. You will install VMware and you will know. Virtual machine. Now virtual machine means it's a kind of virtualization. You know what is virtual, right? Virtual means not real, but it's there. It's a make-believe thing. So this virtualization, now this is virtual machine. That means you can have a virtual machine. That means you don't have a physical machine, but you can virtualize. Okay. So let's say, for example, let's say now you have launched a cloud service. Okay. So your client wants a separate dedicated machine for their website. They don't want a space in the hard disk. They want a dedicated machine. So you don't have to buy a dedicated physical machine. You can simply virtualize the machine, make believe machine. So that will have its own RAM and CPU and things like that. There are different types of virtualization: network virtualization, storage virtualization, machine virtualization. Now storage virtualization means, let's say you just set up your cloud and let's say you have 1000 TB space. Okay, 1000 TB space. But you can actually sell 2000 TB space by virtualizing. So what's the point is, now even if you're selling, let's say if I'm a client, I'm buying 100 GB space. I may not be using that 100 GB in the beginning itself. Okay, I may be using it for over a period of time. So you can sell him 100 GB, but you are not actually giving him 100 GB. Okay, so you may be giving him only 50 GB. So remaining 50 GB just virtualize. You just show him that you have 100 GB, but you don't have 100 GB. Like your Gmail or your Google Drive says, you have 500 GB storage, free storage. But do you think Google is saving that 500 GB for you? Now in your lifetime you will never cover that 500 GB, right? No matter how many emails you send and receive. So they are not giving you 500 GB, they maybe give you 10 GB or something. And once you reach that 10 GB, they will give you 10% more. Okay, increase. So that's virtualization. You can do that. For that we need VMwares. We will install VMware next class. You have to install Windows 7 so that we don't have to boot into the other system. Alright, so there are advantages, disadvantages of local storage and cloud storage. Okay, local means your own premise, your own network. It doesn't matter whether it is SAN or NAS. Okay. Cloud means on the internet. Local is affordable, user friendly, controlled by the user. Disadvantages, it can be stolen, breaking or failures of hard disks, these kind of problems. Cloud, all the issues will be taken care by the third party, if it is third party. Internet connections, you can make use of your internet connection. That means that's more useful if you have an unlimited bandwidth. And normally you have an unlimited bandwidth, right? And you can make use of your bandwidth. Data in physical form, you don't have to. What does it mean?
Para paper page na.
You don't have to store in papers, that's what they say. I mean, you can simply put everything in the cloud. Okay, now some of the examples you can say SharePoint. Have you heard SharePoint and all? SharePoint. What else? SAP. These are all cloud technologies. Means in an office you will have different kinds of documents, right? So yeah, so all these documents normally what they do, they print, they get a signature, they store it. So in modern office, everything will be in the cloud. Even in invoice, they send the email. You will not use the pen to sign it. You use a digital, signature to sign it. The manager will use a digital signature. So now it will never be printed. You will never find a hard copy. Okay. So everything will be in cloud. Now for this, it should be very secure and data loss and everything should be considered. This is what I was talking about, storage virtualization. You have two kinds of storage virtualization: block virtualization, file virtualization. A block means one whole chunk. Okay, you can virtualize. File means you are just virtualizing one file, maybe an OS file, or maybe what kind of file it is. It depends upon how you are treating your data. Block means you can divide your hard disk into different blocks. Okay, and you can simply copy that block and you can virtualize it. You take a part of the hard disk and you just think that you are just copying it as another virtual hard disk. Okay. Or if you take about file virtualization, you are taking one operating system file and you are just copying it and you are making as another operating system. Okay, but you actually have only one operating system. But it seems like you have 10 operating systems. Okay, we will come to this later. So let's say if I want to take about file virtualization, let's say for example, now how we are using it. Every computer has its own operating system, right? All 13 computers, they have their own operating system. Now what you are doing is you are buying a server and you're going to do file virtualization. That means you will have 100 operating systems running in that server. Okay, and when your client is booting up, it will be booting up to the server. It will not boot up to its local hard disk. In the local hard disk, there is no hard disk at all. They are just dumb terminals. Now it is dumb terminals, right? You have the monitor, keyboard, mouse, and maybe a small box just to have the network thing. You don't have CPU, you don't have memory, nothing. Just a thing for network connectivity. So what do you do? When you boot up, it will boot up to the server. Operating system will come from the server. Processing will come from the server. Memory, everything from the server. So what's the advantage of this?
It's like, sir, if you have an underpowered machine and then you can only connect to like an internet, and that somewhere in parts of the world they have this beast of a machine, and you can just like access that power with your underpowered computer, like something like that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's somewhat true. Like let's say for example, if an operating system is not working, so what you can do, there are 100 operating systems, right? You can simply copy paste one operating system into another. Or you want to install a software in all the computers. You can simply do it centrally. Automatically all computers will get that software. Or let's say for example, you want to increase the processing speed, you just add more CPUs. You want to add network speed, you just add more memory to the server. Okay, so even if there is a new advanced technology, you don't have to change your clients. Your clients will remain the same, you just have to keep updating your server. Okay. So that is file-based virtualization, where you are updating your OS files.
Of administration. Okay.
Ayaw.
So yeah, you can become. Then at the type mo dyan sa student, diba? No, case na? Okay. Try mo na i-edit yung
Yun ang nga ginagawa.
Yung ba na
Kumuha na na yun.
yung ano yung statement, diba? Mayroon. Yes.
Just do next.
No.
So, click on the enhance key button.
Okay, right, left click. Right click, sorry.
Yun na nga.
Students. Password student.
Pagka student yan, walang password yan. Ano na ito? Tanong ko na.
Sir,